Are you a real estate agent, realtor, investor, or are you in the real estate business and you need new listings and deals? We have a solution for you, and that solution has guaranteed results. How much would you pay to get face-to-face with a homeowner that wants to sell their home? What if you also got their email address and daytime phone number? And what if this homeowner also scheduled you to come to their door at a set time to meet with you? Sound too good to be true? It isn't. And it is 100% guaranteed for you to meet face-to-face with a real homeowner who really needs to sell their home. Not only will you get this remarkable contact system and its 100% guarantee, at no additional charge, you will get weekly coaching, documents, and training on how to get that homeowner and convert them into a new listing. When you purchase, you'll also get a one-on-one walkthrough so that you can start using the system today. Visit www.thelistingmonster.com. That's www.thelistingmonster.com. Or call Diana Ortiz at 213-706-0040. Stop wasting time the old way. Use a monster and get actual results today.
Welcome to the lee-honish Report, hosted by lee-honish. The lee-honish Report is a look at the real estate market and creating effective marketing plans for realtors or investors to get new listings and deals. Your host, lee-honish, has over 20 years of experience in real estate, banking, and marketing. Over the last 6 years, Lee has developed cutting-edge marketing and was named one of the most innovative marketers in America. With over 1 million views, Lee continues to be an advocate for the entire real estate community. Enjoy today's show.
Hi everyone, welcome to Real Estate Marketing, the podcast. My name is lee-honish. Today, listings before Christmas. You've heard the commercial millions of times if you're a regular listener of this podcast. You know my background is in marketing and banking and real estate since 1988. I think if you listen to this podcast, you also believe that we are in some form of a real estate bubble. And I want to believe, if you're a longtime listener of this podcast, you believe that mailing, door knocking, and cold calling is a horrific waste of time. So the basic understanding of how any advertising works, right, which is happening right now in your offices, it's happening by people in cubicles next to you. They're planning on doing it. I know today's the 22nd. We're only a few days away from Christmas. But we're looking for the most efficient route to getting face-to-face, right, to create a conversation so that you can get a listing. So the first thing that has to happen, advertising-wise, right, that's door knocking, cold calling, mailers, whatever. Let's talk about the actual mechanical factors of putting together and instituting some kind of advertising plan. First and foremost, you need to use data. Right? Predictive data is out there on the market. These groups claim that based on funnels online, cookies that are planted on their computers, and buying behaviors, right? They're using online methods to determine the behaviors of homeowners, that these individuals are in a position to actually sell their home. Now, that might have been true up until recently, up until about a year ago. But recent studies have shown, when it comes to predictive data in neighborhoods, that homeowners are staying in their house longer, right? The different age groups are reacting differently than they had initially planned, right? People remember what happened with the market crash. People are concerned based on the presidency. People are concerned about spending money. That's just reality. So people are staying in their houses longer, and there isn't a shorter rollover period. So when you're talking predictive data, look at where it's coming from. Are they filling out online forms? Are they using data of when they purchased in a market? I'm not a fan of any of those. I like people who have basically raised their hand and indicated that they want to sell. Those people are very simple in the world of real estate, and I'll give them to you. Number one are people who are divorced. I can't speak for all the states. I can speak for a great portion of the states. It's called the dissolution of assets. And being a person who's been divorced several times in my lifetime, I can tell you that you sell all your assets and you split them up. So the reality of divorce is that they have to sell the house, or one person takes out the loan in its entirety. Generally speaking, that is one of the predictive data sources. You can obtain that information by going to Rebo Gateway, REBOGATEWAY. Okay? The next is probate, right? Somebody dies, they need to sell the property, goes through a period, unless it was willed, generally speaking, it goes through a period of probate. Now, there are a lot of people who provide probate data, and it changes from state to state because it goes directly through county records. I have legitimately yet, to find anybody on a national level to provide probate data. It's better to find somebody in your local market that provides it. Here in Southern California, there's a guy by the name of Paul Horn. Just look him up. You can find him through my Facebook, or you can find him on social media. It's Attorney Paul Horn. He's in the San Gabriel area, and it's something that we have to all accept. The FSBO market, in my opinion, is not quite what it used to be because you can hire a real estate agent at an inexpensive price. Now, FSBOs, you can obtain data through, there are some online sources who keep track of it. I think locally, your best bets are Craigslist, Backpage, whatever your major publications are, but generally speaking, Craigslist and Backpage will have your biggest level of data on people that are doing for sale by owners. It's inexpensive. It's the way to go about it. That leaves us, I guess we could say expireds, but I don't believe that expireds are a niche. I think they are people who want to sell based on lofty concepts and lofty ideas of what they think the value of their home is worth, and I'm not sure that there is enough value time or effort that should be placed on people who have expired listings. They're waiting for a magical number to happen in their mind. The first agent to get that listing is never the agent to close it. It's generally going to take, 2 or 3 closings, my opinion, before they get to the actual value of their property. I don't know if it's because they got bad advice from the beginning or if they have bad advice now. But in generality, my experience with expireds are it's a very, very, very difficult way to make a living, right? To get a listing. And you're competing with just literally so many other real estate agents. It's just a shocking thing in my universe. But that's me. Take it for what it's worth. You can get it out of the MLS. The data is available to be had. If I gave you any advice on expireds, it would be make sure they're at least 6 months or older. So at least the memory of the last 300 agents has kind of faded a bit. Just me. And as many of you know who listen to this broadcast, my favorite form of data are those that have missed payments, right? People who are 31 days at 5 p.m. late, all the way to having a sale or an auction date. Terminology is different in every single state in the United States. It seems everybody has their own timelines. The bottom line is this. The first 90 days of missed payments, it's generally kept in-house. You can get your hands on people who have late payments, right? Then there is also, you can get defaulted information, right, when it's publicly posted. The terminology changes from market to market, but about 6 months they are publicly posted as having missed the payment. The banks are generally hoping that somebody does the heavy lifting for them and goes and notifies them that they've missed a lot of payments and that it's very serious, right? That is the first of the legal procedures. The next is the actual sale or auction date, depending on your state. They are posted with a date that their house will go to sale or auction on the court of a library, bank, or public location within their state. The homeowners believe that they will get some form of a loan modification. They believe that the bank is always working with them in their best interest. The reality is, and you can feel free, Realty Track property radar, foreclosure radar. You can look at the data and look at the number of bank-owned properties. I am very frustrated with 2016 because there were 60 houses that went to sale in my market, my farm, that I did not get the listing on. I was just talking about this on a coaching call. It's really frustrating to me to see 60 people lost their house in my backyard. Okay? These are people who could have gotten money, could have cleared up their debt, could have started to repair their credit and start the boomerang process of buying again as the market corrects itself, right? Instead, they walk away, they get nothing, they lose more than if they had sold the house, equity or not. That's the bottom line. There's money to be had in a foreclosure situation, underwater or not. You will always, the bank makes more, the homeowner makes more. I'm telling you this as a former banker. Okay. The next thing, once you've decided the type of data that you want to work, and if you're asking me what type of data, you know from listening to this broadcast many times, if you're looking to get a listing in the next couple of days before Christmas, you want to go meet with people who have a sale or an auction date. I can tell you firsthand, we had 2 appointments last night with 2 different homeowners, both that are in a situation. They will become listings next week. Simple as that. So you can decide where you want to go with it. I don't think that there's anything pressing on a probate. It's got a lot of legal loopholes. You need to know what you're doing. It takes time. FSBOs to me are no different than expireds. They're people chasing lofty realities and values. And so that's just kind of the way I feel on that topic. Divorce is not bad, but again, legal mumbo jumbo, one party doesn't want to get involved. A lot of struggle. Where is there less struggle? People who have a sale or an auction date. Okay? Just that simple. If there are 20 or 30 people in your market that have sale or auction dates, it's good data to focus on. You could literally go and meet with them individually, talk to them about alternatives to foreclosure, and start creating a relationship to get a listing. And you will be surprised at how many people are no longer attached to their house. It's a much bigger number than you would actually know. All right, so we've determined the data. I'm going to select it the way I would do it, which is I would use notice of sale or auction date. Okay, you can get that from your title rep, or you can use RealtyTrack, or you can use Property Radar, one of those 3 locations. The next thing I'm going to do is monster marketing. I know I've talked about it many times on this broadcast. I'm going to try to explain it a little more verbally so that you understand, because you've heard the commercial. The first step to monster marketing is selecting 36 properties that you would like to target. Okay? I prefer to use RealtyTrack's mega system. I identify the city. I identify the foreclosure details, which in this case are auction and sale date. And then I put in specifics. I do not want the property to be vacant. I don't want the person inside the property to have moved. I don't want the property to be listed with another agent. Okay? I do not want them to have filed bankruptcy, and I do not want the owner of the house to be deceased. Those are very specific details that with RealtyTrack I can pinpoint specifically people in their house who have a sale or an auction date, right? That are living there, that believe they're working with the bank. Those are the people that I want to help personally. Those are the people that are having sale dates and auction dates executed on them, and they're losing their houses and not even know it. I need at least 36 for my week. Okay? So I'm going to find 36 properties that meet that criteria within my farm. Once I've selected those 36 homes, I personally drive to those houses. I map them out. 36 will take about 2 hours. If I have someone in the car with me, 2 to 3 hours. But I drive to the property physically, and I place the monster marketing piece on the property. The monster marketing piece itself creates a delivery process. The monster marketing piece is a delivery label. I don't try to hide from what it actually is. I have created a delivery company of you and your message to take it to the homeowner, right? So it just feel free to Google delivery labels and take a look at it.